Hey everybody, welcome to Too Old for Comics. I'm Steve,
Mike?
and let's talk about a few things. Before we start the episode, Mike, there's some things that happened in the news this past week, things that are ongoing. But one thing let's get this out of the way right now. We've been friends a long time.
Yes.
One thing I've always been curious about, and I need you to answer me honestly. Out of every Mortal Kombat character, what character do you relate to and why?
Jeez, never really was the biggest Mortal Kombat person. I always kind of was either favored for Liu Kang or Scorpion, so I'd have to go with. It's a tough question. I always was in the Street Fighter game, so I'd say I'd relate more to Ryu or
Right.
Marvel vs. Capcom, obviously Spider-Man.
We can do Street Fighter. So why do you relate to Ryu? Which actually is I will never call him Ryu. It's always Ryu.
Yeah. I don't know if I can say I really relate to him because I'm really, I'm not, for one, Japanese and I can't shoot fireballs out and karate. But I think as a kid playing it, like, hey, he has kind of brownish hair. I have brownish hair. I can relate. I can pretend I'm Ryu in the game. So I guess that's how it goes to with Street Fighter.
I completely ambushed you with this question.
You did.
This was not planned at all.
It
for the
wasn't.
episode.
I, for one, suck balls at the original Mortal Kombat. And hopefully, coming soon, ladies and gents, we're going to be doing a Friday night game podcast soon, coming up very soon.
That's very true.
So stay tuned for that. We're going to play classic games. This might be kind of a tie-in.
We're figuring out the nuts and bolts of it. We're going to do it.
And maybe on a Friday night game night, we can play the Mortal Kombats. I only have 2 of them. Like, we have an emulator too, but I can get them as well.
Don't worry, I have them all.
Yeah. But hopefully for Sega, because you get the blood out of it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But, yeah, I got into Mortal Kombat, and I think the good story, I have a funny story about, I wouldn't say funny, haha, funny. You had to be there, I guess. So, back in, gosh, when did it come out?
Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
Like 92, I think?
Yeah.
91?
It was supposed to come out on Mortal Monday, and we went to the mall Friday night, obviously the Friday before. We went to the Toronto Boutique. Yeah. A lot of you guys that listen to this podcast now probably don't know what that is, but it was similar to GameStop. I feel like it was, that's when it was a classic time to buy games and whatnot. They mainly came out on the dawn of the 3D era, I think, was when they started to really come out. But we went down Friday. We went down to the clerk and like, hey, do you guys got Mortal Kombat in? He's like, yeah, it's out back, but I can't sell it. Oh, man, can you sell it to us? Fine, whatever. He obviously didn't give a shit, which was great. And this was before they had, pretty sure this was before they had the parents code, the MA.
Oh, yeah.
So back then, you could, even if they didn't really enforce it because we just literally, I was 11 maybe?
I never owned
9?
a Mortal Kombat. I grew up in a strict born-again Christian Baptist home.
Well, it wasn't really us who was buying it. It was my neighbor, Brian Lavoie, who I hope is subscribed to this. He's the one that got it. We went down with him to get it. And this was the first time we knew the blood code already.
Yeah.
And that was a cool thing. You were the cool kid on the bus if you had the codes to Mortal Kombat. There was all these rumors that there was a naked code for Sonya Blade.
I think it was a naked for Killer Instinct with B. Orchid, I think.
Killer Instinct is a game I need to get for my Super Nintendo collection.
Like, I have many fond memories with it. I never owned Mortal Kombat. I always played it at the arcade, 1 and 2. I didn't own a Mortal Kombat game until Mortal Kombat 3. My cousin had it because they were a bunch of godless heathens in that house. But, yeah, Mike, that was the right answer. I mean, I appreciate that. I feel like we can move on.
We can. I'm glad that you get that off your chest. Yeah. It might be because there's a new game coming out.
Yeah, that's... We have some other news bits we're going to talk about. I think that's the big news right now, that you can play the Mortal Kombat 11 beta version right now, if you so choose.
Just don't be Sonya Blade because Ronda Rousey will quit Mortal Kombat and go to Street Fighter.
If I can, as far as my character goes, it'd be Baraka. Mostly because I have a big ugly smile and I like to just have a good time.
Oh, you don't mean that. Come on, it's a beautiful smile.
That's me. I'm Baraka. So anyway, welcome to Too Old for Comics. Here we go.
Yep. This is our first, but probably many divergence and tirades. So we're gonna go on. But continue.
What happened to? Something happened in the news today with some mom and pop's company you may have heard of called Disney.
I think I've heard of them.
Yeah, they've made a couple of indie flicks. By midnight tonight, 12:01, the first day of spring, Disney will sneak into everyone's home, steal the firstborn child of every family, take the last slice of pizza out of every box, take the cheese off and throw away the rest, and also make love to your significant other and in ways you never dreamed of or never had the courage to do in front of you while you sit on the edge of the bed and cry.
So I better sleep down butt naked, face front.
Something else they did. Oh, yeah. Also, they will have fully acquired and own the Fox Studios properties, the IPs, and the entertainment division of Fox.
That means The Simpsons. We're not talking about. Well, we are talking about X-Men and Fantastic Four, but I mean it's The Simpsons, fucking Predator, I guess, all that stuff.
Alien.
So, Aliens.
And some other they own some comic properties too. No one really knows what they are, but I mean, no one's really even cared. They never championed to be integrated into the main Marvel universe.
So the big news though is X-Men and Fantastic Four.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah. Okay.
So, me personally, and I don't know if you feel the same way, I think X-Men just needs to be in its own universe.
Yeah.
I don't really care to see Captain America Wolverine team up.
I would like to see it, but I don't really have a problem. I mean, it's not going to ruin my experience with X-Men. As far as X-Men goes, yeah, I've had issues with some of the quality of some of the films, but overall, I don't really care if I never interact with
And now it's a little bit too late anyways, because who knows that after Avengers Endgame if there's going to be a Captain America. I'm not talking about whether or not Chris Evans is retiring or if there's going to be a new Iron Man. We may not have an Iron Man, a Captain America, or a Thor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We'll have to see with that. Now, the Fantastic Four would be a great team to take over for the Avengers.
Yeah.
Granted, I'd love to see a new Avengers, but that'll the Bendis team eventually. But and I feel like that. I hope that Marvel was kind of setting the stage for Fantastic Four to come in, hoping that everything would go through when Homecoming was out.
Yeah.
Like, who bought the Avengers Tower?
Right. I mean, a lot of people say Norman Osborn, but I think it's Full of Freedom's plot. Is it Baxter Building, right?
Baxter Building. It could be Baxter Building or it could be Norman Osborn, but plus, how many times? I mean, Marvel's they've rebooted a lot of there's been 3 Spider-Man.
Yeah.
There's gonna even with it, we're gonna have to reboot the X-Men anyways because, technically, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is not dead.
Yeah.
In the current timeline, he's not dead, so
really
they're gonna recast him
to come back though.
Well, no, because he is getting up there. But what I mean by that is he's dead in the future.
Oh yeah.
He's not. He's still alive in the current timeline. So how do you have a new Wolverine?
The timeline in the X-Men movies is so messed up. It's even more messed up than it is in the comics. Does Logan take place current time or
Logan takes place
in future,
I think in the future, 2049, I think, or maybe.
Okay, all right. Patrick Stewart's still. I mean, Professor X is still alive
from the '60s apparently, but.
Huh. Oh.
But the thing with the X-Men movies, they fixed that awful fucking Bryan Singer timeline.
Did
nonsense.
they though?
Yeah. But then they just fucked it all again.
Yeah. As far as X-Men goes, keep them in their own thing. You don't even have to make a movie franchise. I mean, if you're gonna make a movie franchise out of what we're talking about, X-Men, I say do it Harry Potter with mutants.
Yeah.
Do the Xavier School. Take a page from Jason Aaron's. Do a little bit of Jason Aaron's Wolverine and the X-Men, a little bit of Grant Morrison's new X-Men run, a little bit of X-Men Evolution. Mm-hmm. Take the best parts of X-Men and but throw in those Jim Lee costumes.
X-Men Evolution was phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean that's the way to go. Don't worry about Spider-Man and Cyclops talking or. I mean the most I want to see as far as interaction going with the Marvel Universe. With the Avengers, the X-Men, is having Wolverine on the street, Iron Man flying by, Wolverine looking up and saying, "What an asshole!"
Yeah,
And
there's no point. I mean, I want to say there's no point, but we're never gonna have an X-Men versus Avengers movie because
No.
Again, we don't know what's going to happen with Endgame, or whether or not there's going to be an Avengers team moving forward. It might just be standalone single movies.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're not going to have. There's still going to be the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
What I see happening, especially with Fantastic Four, it's going to be kind of like.
Fantastic Four, you need to be in the movies. If there was ever a franchise more Disney ready, it was Fantastic Four.
And I think that'll be like the ultimate one, where they kind of came in after the Avengers, the Ultimates, and and Spider-Man. Because I'm currently rereading Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yep.
And I just got past the issues where the Human Torch is like, oh, I look up to Spider-Man. Where in the 616 universe, now they're buds, but they were always kind of like arch rivals. Almost.
Yeah. I think it would be cool at the end of Far From Home. You see a cameo from Johnny Storm.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
But again, I don't know. I mean,
it's too late now, obviously, because the merger's going down now.
Yeah. There's a bunch of different ways you can kind of like introduce them into the Marvel universe, explain them into the Marvel universe.
Or they could just wait for Eternals to come out and say that.
I think Eternals is going to be the introduction of the X-Men. I think they're going to make it so the Eternals created the mutant gene. But as far as X-Men goes, I say get a big like Game of Thrones type budget, make a show out of it on one of your two streaming services you have now, which kind of segues a little bit. Now that Disney owns Fox, they also own a controlling share in Hulu now. Mm-hmm. So not only do they have their Disney Plus streaming service coming out with all like their Marvel shows and the upcoming Marvel shows like Scarlet Witch and Loki, and hopefully we'll get the whole Disney library, and hopefully we'll get the Daredevil new seasons, and I don't know. I heard, I don't know. They might go to Hulu. I've heard so many rumors that. Well, that's what I think. Disney should take Hulu and just make that like their Vertigo. Yeah. Like all their Netflix Marvel shows, X-Men, and what have you. Even even the Black Widow movie. I mean, I know they're releasing supposedly making a Black Widow movie. Not supposedly, they are, I guess. But I think that might be Marvel's officially first rated R movie. Make a show, make it like The Americans, but Black Widow, But they're getting paid enough now, so I can see Scarlett Johansson doing that. I think a lot of TV actors make as much as Hollywood actors do now. Plus, I mean, the celebrity is changing now anyway in modern time. The whole eccentric Johnny Depp. Those kind of movie stars are dying out. There's no difference between TV stars and movie stars anymore, or even YouTube stars nowadays. I think. Hopefully, we'll be one of those. Yeah. Just tell your friends we want money. As far as the Fox Disney deal, what are you hoping to get out of it, Mike? Well, I definitely want the Fantastic Four to be part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yep, me too. Real quick, do your cast for Fantastic Four. Have you thought about it at all? I know we talked about it. It'd be great to see the actor and the actress who played, and I can't think of the names right now, who played in A Quiet Place. Oh, John Krasinski and Emily Blunt? Yeah. I either want to see him as an older Peter Parker someday. Yeah, or Mr. Fantastic. That won't happen, though. The Marvel will never age Peter Parker. And if they do, he'll get killed, and then we'll have Miles Morales. But that's another story for another day. But or Johnny Storm. Johnny Storm. I do Grant Gustin from The Flash. Yeah, but he's not going to look The Flash for that. I don't think. I think he's still. Stop wasting your time with The Flash. Those shows are all going downhill. For The Thing. John Cena. Yeah, I heard John Cena was. Someone mentioned that to me before. I'm like, no, I could not stand John Cena. He was just a meme to me. But the past couple of movies I've seen him in, Bumblebee wasn't too bad. Bumblebee wasn't bad. I would much rather see him as The Thing than freaking Captain America. He's funny. He is. Was that this movie Clock Blockers? Oh, I'm sorry, Blockers. we get the gist of what it was. Hilarious. Yeah. He's in that the Amy Schumer stupid movie. What is it? The one with Bill Hader in it, I forget what it's called. I hate anything that involves Amy Schumer. but John Cena's pretty. Every scene is in, he steals the show. It's amazing how he's funnier in that, from what you're telling me, than Amy Schumer is in real life. Oh, way funnier. I interrupted you. So you want Fantastic Four in the Marvel Universe. What else? I honestly want, because I like the current cast,
I want the current cast to continue playing as their members and do a mini reboot where you can have a new Wolverine.
Yeah, I heard Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe is in the running for.
Yeah, he's in it. I mean,
that's a black sheep. But you know what? I've seen Heath Ledger as the Joker. I've seen Michael Keaton as Batman.
Yeah,
go for it. Chris Evans as Captain America. I thought that was a stupid idea.
Yeah, me too. Because he was just born to play superhero roles. And he was the Human Torch. He was in Scott Pilgrim, and he was, I think, in Losers.
No, what's the movie? Not another teen movie with the whipped cream bikini.
Yep, that we've all had dreams of him.
Movie, right?
Yeah. If I can say that and watch it, so I can see him half naked. I mean, what? Wait, what? No, wait.
The banana up his ass.
That was fucking awesome.
So yeah, the X-Men. Yeah, I mean, you want X-Men? You want a TV show or you want a movie?
If it's gonna be a TV show, it has to be a high budget, TV show.
I say keep the cast.
Yeah.
But get rid of Jennifer Lawrence, which it looks like she's dying in the new one anyway.
Yeah, thank God.
Dark Phoenix.
Which I heard that movie's a mess. New Mutants a mess.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you could also take, X-Men and Deadpool and kind of just have them jump into like, okay, now we're in a new universe. Like, have have some fucking Onslaught. Have Onslaught show up in a movie or whatever, and then here we go. Now we're in the Marvel universe. This is the MCU we live in now is the Heroes Reborn universe, created by Franklin Richards.
Yeah,
oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's all these great ideas that they won't use right away, but like.
All right, pause the episode because I'm writing stuff down.
All right. But when you say it that way, that could be a good way to kind of reboot the Marvel universe, where the New Earth is the Heroes Reborn.
And the Fantastic Four technically have created them. So now technically they're the first family again. Yeah.
And then you can still keep Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
Yep.
You can still keep the original X-Men cast. And then you can recast the Avengers. Because when you think about it in the long run, it's a little bit too late to have all these characters now enter in.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of ways.
Or the Fantastic Four, the X-Men can be the new Avengers, a new super team that defends Earth now that,
I thought of ways, but I'm giving the audience way too much credit. So, take too deep of a dive into continuity. Yeah. You need like that whole Star Wars, like story at the beginning, to explain every movie for me.
Yeah.
If I was in charge, which is a good thing I'm not. Yeah. I mean, as far as the other franchises go, I say make an Alien show. Same thing. I say a lot of these IPs. I mean, Aliens. They're good movies. They were good movies. I think now they've kind of lent themselves better to maybe a more Game of Thrones type show. Predator, I mean, I don't know.
And everyone shits on Disney for buying up the market, but you know what? We wouldn't have Star Wars.
Yeah.
Regardless of how new Star Wars movies, regardless of how we feel about Last Jedi sucked.
Yeah, it wasn't a good movie. Nothing to do with gatekeeping or
Yeah, exactly. I didn't mind any of the characters. There was nothing that. It was just.
It's just a shitty
we
movie.
Briefly talked about it. It's like they completely ignored most of the plot lines from the Force Awakens, and then only took one, Rey meeting Luke, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as far as the Fox deal goes, what I hope happens, I hope nothing is affected by Fox at all. I hope, if anything, now they just have a bigger checkbook to draw from now. I don't want to see anything happen I mean, I don't know what's the deal with The Simpsons and Seth MacFarlane and all that.
Not that The Simpsons are funny anymore like they used to.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't want to see, the thing about Fox is, in my lifetime anyway, it's always been, not art house, but people were allowed to do what they wanted to do at Fox. FX, probably some of the most innovative television in the past 20 years.
Yes, well, even though last season, and could be soon, FX, whatever it's called, Always Sunny was phenomenal.
Always Sunny, The Shield, what's the show I'm thinking of? I don't know. Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
All good stuff, I mean.
And they're still coming out with that spinoff.
Yeah.
The Aztecs, or whatever the hell they were called.
Fox Searchlight. A bunch of movies. I love Fox Searchlight. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, I don't want to see creativity being stifled just because, Disney will say, hey, you can create what you want, but as long as it's what we want, and then you can add your flavor on there,
Hopefully they keep the Fox name too.
I hope so too.
They buy the rights to Fox, and they're just gonna be like, well, we own Fox, but we're gonna let that branch of our department
Yeah,
still run Fox the way it was, like no major changes.
I would like to see that. I would like to see like creatively be unaffected, just to have a a bigger budget because they have that Disney money now. It was funny though. The last episode of Gotham will be aired on a Disney Channel.
Yeah,
As the murders
yeah.
gone through, Disney produced Batman show. So yeah, I mean that. What else you got? You got anything else on the Disney Fox merger?
Not really. Just I want the X-Men either to stay in their own universe and the Fantastic Four to be part of the cinematic universe.
Yeah,
Well, you had a good idea about a Heroes Reborn, but I think that's really it. Really.
I like everything to stay the same, just a bigger budget.
Yeah.
The other bit of news involving Disney, Disney opened once again with open arms, welcome back in a degenerate who made one good film. The
Yeah.
rest and the rest of his movies are a handful of mediocre movies, and spent the rest of his time making jokes about having orgasms on children.
Yeah. So hide your kids.
Yeah.
And I only hope that what Bright is it called?
Bright, I don't know. So it's basically
Evil Superboy.
Evil Superboy.
Well, hopefully that Superboy.
The Omen meets Superman.
Yeah. Hopefully he has real superpowers so he can keep James Gunn away from fiddling him. But
James Gunn it's been revealed that James Gunn was never fired. He was actually, they basically just kind of put him on the back burner to kind of like, polish off their image until the Fox merger went through. That was basically Iger said he was never fired. Since then he's been doing, he signed up to do Suicide Squad 2.
which sounds insanely dumb what he's going to do with it, but
I mean, I do want to see King Shark. That sounds pretty good. But I don't know. I mean, how do you feel about the whole James Gunn thing?
I mean, once I found out that he, made jokes about, having his way of kids and whatnot,
It wasn't. See, the thing is, people always say like, "Oh, he made a few jokes 10 years ago." It weren't a few jokes. It was.
Didn't he go to a fucking what is it called?
He wrote tons, like where it's like, "All right, buddy, like enough of the friggin' like the child porn jokes," and it was that he also
went to a party too, right? Like
went to a party. The theme
pedophilia. What the hell? I can't fucking say that. Pedophilia. Yeah.
Catch a Predator party, which he looks super into it in some of those pictures. Also, he liked and posted a link to a child pornography link, and I mean, I don't.
He's Marvel's Zack Snyder, where they fucking.
Oh, I wouldn't put Zack Snyder on the same camp.
Well, no. I wouldn't. I don't mean it like that. Like the level of expertise or filmmaking, where they fucking idolize him.
Yeah,
they idolize James Gunn. They idolize Zack Snyder.
He's a creep.
Yeah, and like.
But the thing, people they give everybody's saying this is a win for second chances. This isn't a win for second chances. James Gunn's just winning. That's all it is. He's doing what he wants and he's not getting caught. Disney, who acted like oh, we need to separate ourselves because of our Disney image. Like this is the same company who was in bed for years with Harvey Weinstein and didn't say anything until they were called out on it. The same deal with James Gunn. They just wanted to it's like when you have a rust spot on your car and you buff it out, but it's just gonna come back anyway. Yeah. It's just like in the meantime.
Yeah, they were protecting their image.
Yeah, and
if he was permanently fired, they made the right deal. They're a fucking kids company.
I mean, I don't think should James gonna apologize? No, he's an art. He's a creative. He's an artist.
Because in his own warped head, he thinks, "Well, I didn't do anything wrong. I like to fuck kids."
You know what? I mean, that's messed up. But I mean, I'm not gonna hold him to any kind of. But if he's working for Disney, Disney definitely made the right call by getting rid of him, supposedly, which they supposedly did, which they actually didn't. But this is just proof, what I've said for years about Disney. They're another shitty company who doesn't care about their image, run by shitty billionaires, founded by a shitty anti-Semite. It's just I mean, it's not the Magic Kingdom. It's a business just like anything else.
Remember all the sexual innuendos and sexual jokes in Little Mermaid?
And Walt Disney.
Lion King and the penis towers and Little Mermaid.
It's top on founded by a tyrant like Walt Disney who funded concentration camps in the U.S. So I mean, I don't know. I mean that's
and then you had all the actors sticking up for him too, they had fucking
Dave Bautista.
Yeah, oh wow, I'm not coming back if he doesn't come back. Okay, you didn't survive the snap. See you later.
I mean, it would Disney will never gain respect from me ever. Like I'll never have respect there. Call them on and say, "Wow, that's really a company with full of integrity." What I would really enjoy though is if James Gunn came back and like because he already has a script done, and I would like if they said like everybody's welcome back, and Disney said no, not that guy, and pointed at Dave Bautista because like hey, we pull the wool over everybody's eyes with the whole like firing James Gunn thing, but this guy talks shit to us in public, so fuck him.
Yeah.
Get him out of here.
Though he was surprisingly funny as Drax in the two movies.
What's the thing? It's like like everybody's like is Guardians of the Galaxy really that great?
The first one was pretty good. That was a surprise for me because I didn't see it in the movie theaters.
First one was good.
Yeah.
Great movie. Then the second one is just like, a coin operated joke machine where let's take like Drax, who's like one of in the comics is a very tragic, intense character, and let's turn him into a fucking joke machine.
And wasn't he always dumb too?
In the comics?
Yeah.
He was.
He's kind of like
something happened to him
level.
where he was dumb. But then, but he was never just like a retard.
Yeah.
Just that's all he exists just for jokes in the movies. It's like that, and I don't know, but yeah.
What are you gonna do? I mean, it's people and the actors boycotting the movie when they probably would have missed out on a great movie, but nobody wanted to touch it.
Yeah.
Neither, because they're like they all have respect for James Gunn.
I don't really care about another Guardians movie. Like I like the first one. The second one was it was all right. Entertaining enough. But I'm like, do I really care for another Guardians? Their story ended in Infinity War.
Yeah,
pretty much. For most of the characters, I'm more excited
because their whole quest was to stop Thanos and get pretty much for the most part. Well, we didn't really find that out to the second movie, I guess. But
to be honest, I'm more excited to see Gunn's take on Suicide Squad. I hear that like King Shark. And other kinds of, I'm more excited to see something like that rather than like an evil Supergirl supposedly, which is rumored. But I don't really care about another.
See, that's the problem with the DC Cinematic Universe. It's a freaking mess. There's no direction, which is the biggest mistake.
Yeah,
we're never gonna see a Justice League 2. All the characters actors are jumping ship. Eisen Miller, the guy that played Flash.
Oh, Ezra Miller, yeah.
Yeah, he's teaming up with Grant Morrison so you can stay on it to Flash.
I do like the idea of that. I don't like the idea of a dark Flash movie. See,
I didn't mind him as Flash. He wasn't too bad as Flash.
Right, whatever.
But the dude that played Cyborg is out now.
Oh, there was never a Cyborg movie coming out.
Well, that's true. But Cyborg, all the actors that were in the Justice League movie, except for Wonder Woman, Gail Gadot, are the only ones who still. And Aquaman. Yeah,
I know. I think if Aquaman didn't hit as big as it did in theaters, that was it. That was the end of the Snyder universe.
Yeah. I think that movie was already planned, so that's the only reason why it's part of the real Snyderverse.
The only thing that saved that movie was what's his name? James Wan, the guy who directed it. His style of filmmaking and all the colors and all that stuff. That's the only reason that movie succeeded. I mean, Jason Momoa is a horrible actor. So yeah, I mean, that's about it. I think we, Disney owns more and more of the world. James Gunn's back making money and doing what the hell he wants, and that's it. And Mortal Kombat, the beta version's available if you want to play it. The newest. I heard I heard Negan's gonna be in. Oh no, Negan's in Tekken. So
yeah. I'll get that just so I can beat the shit out of Negan for what he did to Mike Lynn.
Yeah, I heard Shaggy might be in Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah, because of all the Shaggy memes and Shaggy being overpowered.
Yeah, so that's about all I got. You got anything else, Mike?
Briefly, real quick, Marvel, there's been talks that Marvel's going to be doing part of their Disney streaming service, animated What Ifs.
Oh, animated What Ifs?
Yeah, it's going to be animated.
Oh, see, I thought they were doing like a whole series of What If, because is this the same one with the Kevin Smith, Howard the Duck, and
I don't think so. I've only read briefly about it, but yeah, it's gonna be an animated What If series for the new Disney streaming device, and it's gonna be it's gonna be overseen by Kevin Feige, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It won't be canon, obviously. So this is also setting up. Could be the multiverse
all right.
as well. just like basically, the first what if Spider-Man joins the Fantastic Four or
Anime. I don't know. It depends what kind of animation we're dealing
yeah,
with.
I mean I hope it's in the lines of Batman the Animated Series to
Even if you get that nice 3D,
definitely not the new Spider-Man.
if you get the people who did like Frozen or that kind of animation, if you could put some money into it, awesome.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be an anthology series type thing where it's like different artists, different
That's
types.
fine too.
As long as it's not shitty.
Yeah, just put
shitty
some money
animation.
into it. See, I thought it was gonna be a live action. I was gonna say do Twilight Zone,
Yeah.
Marvel, but yeah, okay. I guess you know what? I can't judge it until I see it. So it sounds pretty good. I want to see what's two stories you want to see? Those two stories that exist, and two stories that you want to see that you don't think.
So it would be cool to see the What If Spider-Man drives the Fantastic Four.
Okay, yeah.
Gosh, I got a bunch upstairs. Like, what if Captain America was revived today?
Yeah.
And then formed the Avengers. There was one. Well, actually, no, that was like a Captain America storyline. Never mind. Well, no, that was an actual What If, but I was thinking of something else. That was a Captain America storyline. So much to really pick from it because the classic series was amazing. Like, what if Gwen Stacy survived?
Okay, yeah,
that was a good one.
Which apparently did happen in Mexico.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going based off because if you haven't figured out by now, I'm a freaking huge Spider-Man fan. And
Spider-Man! I thought you were saying this whole time. I thought you were saying Spider-Ham.
No, Spider-Man.
Oh, you like Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Oh, I was wondering the whole time. I'm like, you really have a lot of your facts like off when it comes to Spider-Ham.
No, you know me by now that Spider-Man's my favorite.
Okay, all right, well.
But like, so
most
of my what ifs I have are the Spider-Man ones. So the Clone Saga ones.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, what if there was one where the clone killed Peter Parker because Peter Parker was going crazy during that time bomb stuff.
Yeah.
There was one where the clone survived, and it was the story was there was one of the Spider-Men. Peter Parker looked younger.
Yeah.
And the real Spider-Man, the older Spider-Man, was in the tube because he kept him alive. So he remembered everything from that time when he was cloned.
Yeah.
So whenever he got the blood from Peter in that timeline, was the blood that age. So Miles clones him. 2 years later, Peter Parker's like 19, 20, and then
sounds an awful lot like Superboy.
Yeah, I have it again. I have it upstairs with my collection, but basically, the real Peter Parker was 3 or 4 years older than the cloned Peter Parker.
Yeah,
who at the time again was when he took his blood sample, he was 17 or 18 or something like that.
Yeah,
that's a tongue twister, but new what if? It's so hard to figure out what new what if because it's just based off.
Now that one you just talked about though, would you like to see that in animation, or would you rather see like a David Fincher like live action one, like where it's like
I mean
X-Files episode type?
I'd have to go with animated, I think, because I would love. Listen, if it's a way to get a version of a Ben Reilly on the screen, I'll fucking take it. All right, there, I said it. Because I mentioned about doing this for the podcast because I love Parallel Earths.
Oh yeah,
I recently just posted something about the Sliders coming back possibly, which is about Parallel Earths.
Yep.
On the Facebook page. So giddy up! I feel like I love it. The new what ifs, I can't think of any because
I'll let you think about my favorite two what ifs that I would like to see in the series would be what if the Hulk killed Wolverine.
Yep.
Had that great cover with the chromium cover with the silver Wolverine skeleton on it. Only because that it's such a great story and it's so messed up, like how it just goes off like halfway through the storyline where it could have been a very cut and dry, like Hulk kills Wolverine, blah blah blah. But it goes really weird. That and my other favorite was what if Spider-Man kept his cosmic powers?
Mm-hmm.
That's a great one where basically he becomes takes responsibility for all the Earth and universes problems, and eventually Doctor Doom ends up getting the powers. A great story. I'd also like to see what if Spider-Man married Black Cat instead of Mary Jane.
Yeah, and the what if the symbiote suit stayed on Peter, and the symbiote was actually eating Peter alive.
Yeah. For all those, I mean, all animation. Yeah, I can see those.
I gotta say, for all my what ifs that involve Spider-Man, he's pretty much dies in every single one.
Yeah.
The what ifs aren't kind to our favorite superhero.
I guess the moral of all those stories, like, this is why we never did this in the regular comics. As far as one I'd like to see brand new,
because it's so hard to tell now, because all the newest what ifs that came out were based off like Civil War, Secret Invasion, big storylines within the comic books.
Yeah, cause the one I was about to mention too involves a lot of backstory too. So yeah, I don't know. I guess there's probably something Spider-Man related.
Yeah.
What if, like, I don't know, what if Aunt May died instead of Uncle Ben or something like that, or like.
Well, there is what ifs like that. Actual what
House of M.
House of M, yeah. Well, what if? I think they might have done a what if they stayed House M.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe like what if, like, originally in the comics, I guess Venom was supposed to be a woman. That'd be a cool what if, I guess.
Well, you know, it'd be a phenomenal what if. What if Brand New Day never happened?
Yeah, what if you didn't divide half the Spider-Man fan base?
Yeah, you don't need to do a story. Just be what if, and then okay.
Another one which would be a horrible episode in the show. But what if Jim Lee took over Marvel at the end of Heroes Were Born like he was supposed to instead of choking us out? Yeah. What if Jim Shooter had bought all the DC character like he was supposed to in the 70s? Yeah.
I just can't think of anything current because it's just so current.
Let your imaginations run wild.
What if Civil War 2 didn't suck?
Yeah. What if? Yeah. I don't know. What if?
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the episode we should have the that Creed song. What if? What if?
Yeah, we can review that if it does come out too. We can do,
so yeah, that's I think that's all we got. You guys have any thoughts of what will be your favorite what if? What's a what if you can think of, or what's a what if that exists that you'd like to see on the silver screen? Let us know in the comments.
Remember, and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
And a lot of big things coming out your way. We're working on a lot of the technical stuff when it comes to video game stuff.
We're always working, trying to be, just like James Gunn. We're always working to become a better person.
Except we're not fiddling little kids.
Yeah, okay. Let's get that out of the way right now. We're not totally like James Gunn.
Yeah. Just the hard working part.
Yeah, we'll fix that at the end. We'll do better next time.
Yeah, we'll do better next time.
Okay.